What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the Mars MT1000LRF thermal scope made by Oneleaf. So let's just take a look at the kind of the spec sheet on the side here. The Mars MT1000LRF 35 millimeter and 50 millimeter. So yes, this model does come with two lenses. It comes with a micro SD card, which gives you 64 gig of recording. Sensor resolution is 640 by 512. The lens, the 35 millimeter lens, gives you 2 to 16 power magnification, and it gives you 3.28 to 1969 yards of detection. All right. So the 50 millimeter lens gives you 2.8 power to 22.4 power magnification. Now, this is digital magnification. And detection range is 3.28 to 2,843 yards. It also has a rangefinder on it that will range from 5.5 to 1,300 yards. So that's very cool. So let's take a look at what you get in the box. This is how your Mars MT1000LRF will come. You get your manual, and I suggest you read the manual. It is very detailed on everything this thing can do. It's crazy detailed, the amount of reticles and all that kind of stuff. And we will go through the, you'll see some footage later of me going through the menu and talking about that. You get your lens cloth. You get, when using a monocular, can cause eye fatigue, temporary blindness. I did not experience the temporary blindness, but you know, you can experience the eye fatigue. And there it is. This is what you get when you order your Mars MT1000LRF. So let's take it out of the box here and just kind of look at some of the stuff you get. You do get a mount to mount it to a rifle, and we will, of course, do that later. You get some extra battery cap O-rings, which is very cool. USB cover O-ring, also very cool. You get the bag to keep it in if you're going to store it separately. You get, this says more lens O-rings, wrenches, your screws to put the mount on there. Your, is this HDMI cable? Yep, HDMI cable. More cables. Here's USB to, I forget what that one is. Looks like kind of an iPhone thing. So that's, you get that cable. You get your 35 millimeter lens. The 50 millimeter is already on it. And you get the rubber spongy thing. Now, you don't have to use that. That's just kind of, so, you know, they won't see the light from the scope illuminating your face. I don't think any varmints or anything are going to care about that, but you can put that on there, and we'll show you how to do that and throw it on there. So here is your scope. Here is your mount. It comes with this cap here. All right. This says remove the insulating sheet before using the device. And yes, we will peel that off, put it over there. So this is where your battery goes. Okay. This is your laser rangefinder. It is not removable. Let's go check over, let's check the top of this sucker. So this is your menu, your laser rangefinder. When you tap it, your zoom and stuff for your magnification. To change the let me get the 35 out, put that on. Get a little rubber thing here. So to change the lenses, pull back on this, twist. No, don't twist this. This is the focus. Twist this part, comes right off, and there it is. Then we take the 35 here, take the little cap off. You can put the cap over on this one. You will see, there we go, the dot right there to line it up. So you line it up. It does have these lugs that snap in right there too. So line the dot up with it, push in. There's a little bit of resistance, and then just grab this part. Let me see here. There we go. push in, feel a little resistance. You heard that click. Turn it and hear that click right there. This is your power button. This is where all of your SD card is stored right there. All right, there's the HD, and there's the Type C. What does that say? 5 volt. So there's where all your slots and an SD card and everything to download it, to stream it to a computer, get your video footage recorded, and it does record in 2-minute clips. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the bunch of antelope in my backyard. Now, this is my first time taking this sight out. It is not mounted to a rifle here. So as you can see, we're just kind of looking at it. Looks like it's about 5 power according to this footage, and there you can see pretty clear. You can get a nice, I could get a nice shot on that antelope right there if I wanted to. But yeah, I had to record this. We had to do a voiceover on this because the wind noise, it just overcame the mic on this footage. It was just too overwhelming. Okay, so I tried to film the menu. I couldn't figure out how to film the menu. So I think we're getting it pretty good here. It's a little bit blurry, but let me see if I can correct it with this, maybe through the camera so we can see it. Maybe not. But here's your menu. You hold the rotating button down on top. There it goes. It goes back to the regular, screen. But if you hold this down for approximately, 3 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds, your menu pops up. Now, as you can see, we have the sharp mode. We have reticle type. We have, let me just read through it. I'm trying to see it through the camera. It's hard. Shot zero, reticle color, position, ballistic parameters, first focal plane, second focal plane, unit, palette, scene mode. Now, if you press this button right here, you go to the next menu, or you can rotate down through, all the menu items here. Movie mode, movie clip time, auto record, all that kind of jazz. Let's see if we can. And then, man, it's too bad I can't. The camera. Anyway, if you want something like right now, it's on LCD brightness. Hit the button. It'll open up the other menu, and then you can rotate it to wherever you want. You can brighten it up. You can lower it down. Hit the button, and you go back out. And you can either scroll through to the next menu, or again, hit this button right here, and it'll go through. It could say everything you want to do. Version and card info, language, reset setup, format SD card, all that jazz. When you're done in your menu settings, hold it and you go back to your standard sight picture. You know what? Let's go outside, see if we can get some, let's mess with it a little bit, see if we can pick up some heat signatures, stuff like that. Let's mount it to a rifle. We're going to mount it to a rifle, and then we'll go see if we can see what we can see. How about that? All right, guys. So as you can see, we have mounted the mount that came with it. Now, they do sell it's my understanding they sell a quick disconnect mount for this. They also recommend in the instructions that you have at least 3 screws to hold this down. We have 4, so we're going to see how that mounts. Also, by the way, let me turn this off right quick and show you something. Okay, we're off. The battery is a rechargeable battery. It is a 18650. Now you can charge it over here. Take this port off. It comes with the charging cable that I showed you earlier, and it will charge this battery right here. You can buy extras. You get about 5 hours. We're hearing good things. I have not used, done this continuously, use it continuously. So I'm not sure how long the battery life is, but we're getting some solid reports of 5 hours on one battery. So if you were to go out in the field, take this battery with you, put another one in your pocket, you got anywhere from 8 to 10 hours of battery life for this. So let me torque these down to spec and we will put it on a rifle. Oh, before we do that, let's just kind of get a weight of what this sucker weighs with the mount and everything. Now, this is with the 50 millimeter lens on it. All right, 27.52 ounces. All right, so now take that into account. You're going to be adding that weight to your rifle. I don't think that's too god awful. But yeah, let's go mount it to a rifle. Okay, folks, so as you can see, we have it mounted. I mounted it to the Radical Firearms SOCOM MHR one. That's because I wanted to suppress it. And this was set up for a suppressor. I don't want to take all the other optics off my Colts or anything like that, my Daniel Defense. So we're going to throw it on this test rifle. One thing to note, you will lose with this mount, you will lose a rear backup sight if you have one on there. There's not enough clearance here, but you're not going to need that anyway for this. So let's take it out and see what we can see, man. All right, folks, so as you can see, we have it mounted up here. Now, I have not had it in yet. There's a setting in there for when you fire and you move the reticle. We're in mode. We're just going to fire around at that little heat signature right there. We're kind of scanning the horizon, power on now. In magnification, I mean. It's just kind of in the horizon. Zoom in a little bit. Here we go. And let's just see how it looks to fire around. Oh, it looks like close, whatever it was that it hit. Switch. Let's zoom out a little bit. The wrong way. All right, let's clear it up a bit. Tighten it up. Go. It's pretty tight. As you can see, there's my there. All right, we're going to switch. Sepia. See what that looks like. Bow. Rainbow. Some night. Some aurora. Let's go to red hot. Jungle. Medical. Black hot. Glory hot. White hot. Sepia again. We passed it. Let's try rainbow. Very cool. All right. Let's try. And zoom in a little. All right, we're back to white. Is in here. Maybe take a shot right over there. Looks like it's dark close to where we wanted it. It just needs a tweak, just a little bit of tweaking. And then let's go to sepia. Let's try that. You can color of the reticle on like sepia. You probably contrast, switch it to white. You can switch it to color and the style of reticle. Oh, rainbow. Let's try night. Might have tried night before. Again. You know what? Let's lay these to it. It's saying 85.5 yards. Let's see again. Now we'll put the X on it. That was pretty damn close. That was pretty. Looks like it was hitting a little bit right to that. So yeah, there's a lot there in the different modes. Very. Okay, folks. So what do I think of the MT1000LRF sight? I think it's cool, man. As you can see, we do have it mounted on this Radical Firearms SOCOM MHR AR-15. This thing is like endlessly customizable for what you get and the capabilities. This thing is super cool. A couple of things I mentioned before. If you have a setup where you got some irons, you see I had a backup iron on this, and then it won't clear it, so you're going to have to take that off. But in a setup like this, you don't really need irons. I just didn't take this off for the test. 50 millimeter lens on there. As you saw, it comes with, I think, the 35. So you get two lenses. You get your laser rangefinder, again, not removable from this unit. This one does not, I don't know that there's any way you can use this as like a monocular attached to a helmet, but you can hand hold it. So you don't have to mount it to a rifle. You can use this as a handheld, like say, you know, for spotting game at night. With all the customization, the menu, the options, the colors, the everything for what they're asking, I think it's freaking awesome. Now, I cannot tell you what they're asking, but I will leave all relevant information down there for you so you can check it out for yourself. I highly recommend this. I think this is very cool. I think this is a player in the affordable thermal, you know, realm. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Check them out. This is a really cool unit, man. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.